Oh my, it's that middle finger music. Oh my, it's that middle finger music.
The way I got better is by doing it every single day. Like the beats.
Oh shit. You know they got nicks on the beat.
Alright, we're back here at it once again. Danville Matter segment. You know, we got the brother right here, Joe TMG, you know.
That was good,
It's good to have him right here in the presence. You know, he's a very hard worker.
Appreciate
you know, he stay consistent. You know, he stay on the grind from the beats to the, to the recording, to the shows, to the just everything. Very hands-on guy. Salute to him and his brand Takeover, most definitely. Can you give us a backdrop, man, on how you even got started with the music, bro?
Man, honestly, like people would be laughing when I give them my experience, but when I was in middle school, man, I ain't had nothing to do. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. Playing outside got old, you know what I'm saying, with the same kids every day. So I got my hands on Fruity Loops. Avo gave me Fruity Loops or whatever, and I downloaded it on the computer. I started messing around with it, you know what I'm saying? So I just started making beats, letting people hear them, and people was like, yo, them beats hard, them beats dope, you know what I'm saying? So ever since middle school, man, like, I took boredom and turned it into a hobby for real, honestly. And the music really, Avo, like I used to go spend nights at Avo's crib, and he had the studio, you know what I'm saying, a little setup in his crib, and his homeboy had one in his basement, so we was back and forth with them, you know what I'm saying, recording and getting in and that, and ever since then, man, it's just been transpiring to more music, honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Now, growing up, man, with, that being said, who was some of your inspirations, man, growing up?
Man, I got a lot of inspirations, but honestly, all in all, I gotta say my inspiration. Like a lot of niggas say basketball players and rappers, but nah, son, I gotta honestly say my mom. 2 jobs. She might even lose a job. She'll bounce back and get a second one again, you know what I'm saying? She have raised 4 kids, you know what I'm saying, on her own. So that really was my motivation. Like niggas look at all these other niggas like hustlers, but I seen her, you know what I'm saying, hands-on hustling, like bending over backwards to give us not only what we wanted, but what we needed. She went above and beyond. Like I ain't never seen nobody do that. Like, I mean, like I say, like it's a lot of rappers that, you know what I'm saying, like I came up listening to, but I can't really say they inspired me to a certain extent, but overall it was her, because I never seen that hustle and grind hands-on till I seen her, you know.
Most definitely, man. Now, as far as just with everything that you have going on, how did the name come about? Like, how did the brand, I know you was young doing the music, but how did TMG come about? How did the name Takeover come? How did that start for you and your team?
Well, it was Takeover Music at first. Honestly, Avo sent me a text message one day, and he was like, you know what I'm saying, yo, I'm thinking about starting a group. We was already doing the music or whatnot, but he was like, I'm thinking about starting to do a group called Takeover Music. And you know what I'm saying, our first perspective was to put a lot of people in it, you know what I'm saying, so everybody can help out, everybody can be hands-on, everybody can do this and that. It was a good movement at first, but after a while, we started to see people leave, you know, for certain reasons, start falling off, and it was a bunch of friendships going on, you know what I'm saying. We was all cool, don't get me wrong, we was all friends, but in the end, we was trying to turn that into music and into a business, and I guess people weren't really seeing a vision, so we kind of switched the name up to TMG so people can get the general idea, you know what I'm saying, that we working with, you know what I'm saying, the artists that was left from Takeover Music, you know what I'm saying, who everybody that stuck around, that's who mainly in TMG right now, you know what I'm saying. There's a few additions.
Most definitely. Now, I see that you guys got the music going on, the clothing line going on. How did you guys get a start with the clothes, man? How did that whole concept come about, and why are you guys still pursuing that field?
Well, Alvo kind of really put me on the gates to doing the clothes and all, and I seen him, how he was, you know, coming up with selling it, and me, I was more focused on just being an artist and just rapping and, you know, just making the beats. I wasn't really with the clothes because I'm like, that's kind of throwing my lane off. But in the end, after I seen how much it was really helping him out and how much that it really helped the group out and people start, you know, commenting on our clothes. You know, sometimes some people would comment on our clothes more than the music or comment on the clothes more than the beat. So honestly, that had to be a transpiration, and we all wanted to build that, you know, all in one brand, so everybody doing everything. And really that really put me on. And doing the clothing thing, a lot of people support the music, so I'm like, if you support the music in the end, why not support the brand? You know what I'm saying? Get a hoodie, get you a shirt, we get you right for the winter or whatnot. So yeah,
it go hand in hand. Most definitely. Now, you know, we are right here inside the city of Danville, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a lot of people talk about all the stuff that's going on, the crime, negativity, you know what I'm saying? But what I do see is a lot of positive. How do you guys separate yourself from, you know, the negative? How do you guys keep going about staying positive and, you know, keep on building y'all brand and building y'all dynasty? Because this is something that's very big.
For one, I try to stay focused. Like every single day, you know what I'm saying? Since I'm working now, it's kind of hard to just be in the studio 24/7, you know. But at the end of the day, I try to do, even if it's just one thing, even if it's just sending somebody some beats, you know what I'm saying? Or hey, I might be making a beat, or I might be hitting the studio that day. I'm trying to do one thing to progress myself, you know, to stay focused on the path of doing music, you know, because a lot of people tend to do this for a long time and then they tend to stop. Or like you said, a lot of people tend to do music and then next thing you know, they locked up. You know what I'm saying? That's a good artist right there that we have gone. You know, you never know. He might have been the next to pop or the next to blow. Me personally, I try to stay, you know, I try to stay focused all the time and stay doing something. Try to keep my hands on doing something, you know, something that deals with music or deal with the clothes, because it helps us as a brand all together. And then too, it's going to help me as a person. It's going to help me stay focused and not, you know, be out here doing nothing reckless or doing nothing crazy. Trying to do something positive, man.
Most definitely, man. Now, you know, based on what you are doing, I'm pretty sure you got people who's looking up to you, you know. And I know it's sometimes where we don't feel like people watching, or we underestimate the people that we got watching. But I do believe and I do know that it's people watching you. You know, we got the kids watching you. What advice can you give probably to the next person who wants to do what you are doing?
Man, my best advice, honestly, is to keep doing what you're doing and keep doing what you want to do non-stop. Because, like a lot of people, for example, people ask me, yo, how you make so good of beats? Can you teach me how to make beats? And I tell them no. And once I say no, their whole face expression changes. But the only reason I'm saying that is because no one showed me how to make beats. True indeed, I got tips from a lot of different producers, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, only way I got better is by doing it every single day. Like,
you know, based on that, man, how much of an impact do you see your craft and how it's affecting the people that's, you know, around you as far as your team and people that's inside of your city?
I feel like it has a really big impact because I don't really do, you know, we don't really do a lot of like trap and, you know, that type music. My music is more like club and more like party music and more like uppity music, and I do a lot of music for the ladies also. So like for that one, like I said, I think a lot of this music, like this Chief Keef and all this music, a lot of young artists are tending to pick up on that, you know, and want to do what they say they're doing, even though they're not doing it. You know, at the end of the day, that right there is a lifestyle that they're trying to choose to live. But I'm not trying to portray that lifestyle at all because I don't do it. So I'm not going to try to portray it to anybody else, and I don't condone it, honestly, you know, just trying to stay positive, and us as a brand, like all working together and us sticking together, and, you know, we make moves together, do shows together, you know, try to even take little trips together, man, because I view my team like my brothers, you know, so at the end of the day, we try to motivate each other to keep doing what we're doing. And also, I like working with a lot of artists in the city, man, like giving them beats, you know what I'm saying, like all this and that, like collabing with them, working with them, you know, it's all one love, honestly, you know.
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Now, you know, let's say around this time next year, Where do you see the TMG brand?
Man, honestly, around this time next year, I want to see the TMG brand on a building. I want to walk up to a building that says TMG, and it's like we owning that building. I hope we make it that far, got our own radio stations and all that. Like, I'm really trying to put this brand on not just music. Like, I'm trying to really build a brand, like a logo brand, like the clothes, the music, the beats, the everything. You know, I'm trying to put it all in one and have everything really working, you know.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Well, you know, we do salute everything that you're doing, man. And I'm pretty sure it's people that's following you. I'm pretty sure right now you got new fans who's going to check into you and to your brand and to your team. What's some ways that we can check for you and check to, you know, post for every move that you got coming up? What's a good way we can stay in touch with you, your social media and etc.?
My Instagram is at Nix the Name, and most of my social media will be at Nix the Name. Instagram is at Nix the Name, and that's N-I 3 X's DANAME, and my Facebook is Joe Wavy TMG. If you need to contact me about any beats or clothes or anything, you can get at me on there. And I'm trying to think what other social media accounts that I use. I think mostly and Twitter would be Nix TMG also.
Cool, man. Now, do you have any projects that you are currently working on, or got anything that we can check out now that you just now dropped maybe?
Yeah, I have the Nix Tape 2.0. That's on the way. That'll be around. That'll probably drop around the middle of next year. I Don't Give a Fuck 2 tape is coming out. The Team tape that's coming out probably within January of this year coming up. And we're working on some videos right now. I think Marlon's shooting a few videos and Avo's shooting a few videos. And I've been working also with your team, MFM. You know, we got some shit on the way. I ain't gonna spoil that surprise, you know, because people looking at this interview, but it's more than an interview with these guys. I've been rocking with them for a minute, so I got some TMG/MFM coming for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, bro. Well, you know, we do appreciate you taking out the time to sit here and give us insight and to share perspective, because I'm pretty sure it's going to encourage somebody who may want to step in those shoes. You know,
I hope so.
Yeah, man. So just keep doing what you're doing, bro. You know, you got all the support. You know, just keep staying positive. Stay blessed, bro. And until next time, Danville matters.
When it happens, give me a damn check, nigga. I'm gonna lay right there until somebody come in here, even if I ain't.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the multi-talented, multi-diverse, multi-million-dollar man.